Example 10, using tabular form to write an equation for a linear function. Table 1 relates the number of rats in a population to time in weeks. Use the table to write a linear function. The first row represents the number of weeks W. We have 0, 2, 4, 6. The number of rats per week is 1,000 at 0, 1,080 at 2, 1,160 at 4, and 1,240 at 6. Now in step 1, we can see from the table that the initial value for the number of rats is 100. So B is equal to 100. So that means that when the W is 0, the output is 1,000. So now we know that B is equal to 1,000. Rather than solving for M, we can tell from looking at the table that the population increases by 80. So if you look here, for each particular value, okay, this increases by 80. This increases by 80. And this increases by 80. And as you can see here, this increases by 2, this increases by 2, and this increases by 2. So that means that we can say that 80 over 2 represents the rate of change. So again, rather than solving for M, we can tell again from looking at the table that the population increases by 80 for every 2 weeks that pass. So this means the rate of change is 80 rats per 2 weeks, which can be simplified to 40 rats per week. So now we can write the linear form P of W, which is equal to 4W plus 1,000. Now number 2, if we did not notice the rate of change from the table, we could still solve for the slope using any 2 points from the table. So for example, if we choose the following points, 2 and then 1,080 and 6 and 1,240, we can first find the slope. So 1,240 minus 1,080 is 160, 6 minus 2 is 4, and 160 divided by 4 gives us 40, which is a slope, which is what we found in step number 1. Okay, and then what we can do is we could then use the point slope form to find that function. Now, is the initial value always provided in a table of values like table 1? Well, the answer is no. Sometimes the initial value is provided in a table of values, but sometimes it is not. If you see an input of 0, then the initial value would be the corresponding output. If the initial value is not provided because there is no value of input on the table to equal 0, then you'd find a slope, substitute one coordinate pair and the slope into this model, and then solve for